Here's our exhaust. UPS just delivered it. It's got a hole in the top of the box, but it's been taped. UPS probably did it. It's not big enough for anything to fall out, so it seemed pretty solid. I got it off the truck. Nothing's rattling around in there. So it's the Manzo exhaust. We're going to unbox it and see what we got here. That might have been a hole for a handle, and it's taped over. Nothing fell out. This is our two mufflers and the mid pipe with the resonators. They're packed fairly well. They're bubble wrapped. They got the tips covered up and packed quite well. No popcorn or nothing, but it's not going anywhere. It's the two mufflers are in here and the mid pipe with the resonators for the 08 INFINITI G35x. So I got the YPipe, which is also the Manzo YPipe. Now this was a cheaper exhaust, money-wise. I've used the Manzo exhaust in the past. Check out the YPipe. Actually, it's packed really nice. It's a box inside a box. So yeah, the YPipes, I'll get that unpacked. But on the Manzo exhaust, I've used them in the past on the Volkswagens. They seem popular on the German cars. For some reason on the INFINITI forums, people want to just downgrade it, I guess, because of the cost. This whole unit was about $550, I believe. I got it on eBay, and I got it on a 15% off day. Here's all the bolts and the gaskets. Although I went to Nissan and got the aluminum crush gaskets. I'm going to use the OEM gaskets. But it all looks good. I'm going to unpack this and take a look at it. Here's one of the mufflers unpacked. Now, one thing I noticed, people said they didn't like the tips on this system because it didn't have the bevel here, and actually it does. So it does have the bevel tip on it. It's got the little Manzo laser etched for whatever that's worth. It seems to be made nice. The welds are nice. Everything's clean. No dents in this pipe, no dents in the muffler. I like that tip. I was worried the tips were going to be too big, but actually that's nice. It's got a good finish. I'm not really worried about the finish, to tell you the truth. We're in Ohio. My wife drives the INFINITI year-round. No seams. It's got a little ding right here and right here, but actually I think that's the weld in where it's ground out. It is. I can see it because it comes around a little bit to right there on the side. It's like that where the weld was ground. Nice. It's pretty solid. It's good and heavy. So I'm happy with that. Passenger side. The driver's side muffler. Same. Good shape, no dents, no dings. Must have that. It does. It's got that little Manzo laser etched on both sides. I'm not going to unpack it all because I'm going to put it back in the box. So there's the tips. Happy with both of those. Let's get the resonator, the mid pipe out. It all looks pretty good. This is ground out on the inside as well. Looks like it's honed out after it's all welded. This G35 is the all-wheel drive too, so that should be the right YPipe. It's the HR, which is the bigger, wider YPipe anyways. So let me get this unpacked. Here's a mid-pipe resonator. I'm really happy with all this. I'll mic those gauge that pipe and see how thick it is, but it's heavy. Everything is really heavy. All the welds are really good. Now, one thing I am going to do, as you can see, this has the 2-bolt flange rather than the slip-on pipe, so that's good. This is the version 2 of this Manzo system for the G35. What I am going to do when I put this together, mufflers will bolt here and there. When I put the bolt and nut here, I'm going to bridge this with a piece of aluminum plate to help give it some strength. Because if you know, the factory exhaust has the pan down it, and some of the more high dollar exhaust are bridged right here, but they come back to the slip-on muffler about here. But everything looks good. No dents, no scratches. The surface, I'm pleased with it. Like I said, I'm not building a show car. We live in Ohio. So this should be a good upgrade to the factory exhaust that's on it. The box does have some other cardboard and stuff in it. I don't know what the deal with the hole was. Nothing fell out. Everything's in here. It was packed really well. They had the tips were all double wrapped, and they had little boxes around the tips. No damage whatsoever in freight. Looks fine. I'm going to put it back in the box, and then I'll get the YPipe out. Manzo YPipe 2008 INFINITI G35X sedan. There's all the gaskets. Like I mentioned though, I went to the Nissan dealer and got these gaskets because they're a little different. They're like they crush. But regardless, I've got all these gaskets plus all the gaskets that came with the catback. This all looks good. Now I went with the Manzo pipe because the Megan pipe's a little different here. This one looked more like my factory YPipe, other than the larger diameter. All the bends look great. All the welds look super. I know people complain about these flex pipes blowing out quick. Time will tell. That's the nature of the beast with the flex pipe on anything. On my Toyota, on the Passat, anything I got with that, eventually that's going to go. So we'll see. Everything looks good. And that's the unboxing.